Sorry for the casual setup. Firstly, I'm not at home. Secondly, with respect to deferring or not to defer the exam, when we are looking at the CFA Level 2 exam, definitely do not defer. CFA Level 1 exam, August students do not defer. November students, my advice in a simple way would be do not defer. Now, let me explain why. So, when you're looking at the Level 2 students, you're not supposed to be deferring the exam because you will have a 6 months delay and the syllabus is not going through as such that much amount of change. So, and the change that is, maybe 5% more than what it happens every year. So it does not make sense to defer your exam by 6 months and delay your career, delay your exam by 6 months. So CFA level 2 is pretty sorted. Of course, level 3 doesn't matter because 2025, the changes are going to get reflected with the specialized pathway and everything. So you don't have to think about, you're obviously not going to be deferring by more than a year for your exam. Now with level 1 students, a very simple answer. If you're an August batch students, do not defer because you will have 6 months deferral for level 1. If somebody is in the beginning of second year and wants to defer, it's fine because your level 2 timeline does not change. So whether you take your August, November, whatever exam, or you take February 24 exam, irrespective, you are going to be taking level 2 in exactly the same month. So that way, during the second year who are taking the exam in this year, these students, if they want to defer it to February, that is fine. But the other students whose level 2 will get stretched, will get deferred because of deferring level 1, should not defer the exam. I'm very, very sure about it. Now with respect to November students, 2023 students planning to defer, the deferral is only by 3 months. So you have to first see how much your level 2 is getting deferred because of being pushed from November 23 to 24. If I am in your place, I will not defer. Now with respect to the difficulty level of the exam, what happens is, I don't see that the difficulty level of the exam is going to change as such. Syllabus changes, we'll have to wait until May and then evaluate. Some beginning chapters of statistics and economics and FRA is going to be pre-read material which will not be tested in the exam. But we cannot exactly say that the difficulty level of exam is getting changed. Yes, some area, some portion you may not have to practice so much exactly because that's not testable in the new curriculum. But I think the difficulty level, I mean, again, I have nothing to do with the institute and the exam setting and all of that, but I would expect a certain level of difficulty which will be maintained. So maybe from easy chapter, I would have expecting more difficult questions earlier, which will not come. So the difficulty level on an average of the exam should be the same as per the institute disclosure. I don't think the difficulty level is going to be so much of a change. There's a tiny change that, I'll have to do less practice from a few chapters. For that, I do not recommend you to defer. And with respect to the Python, the practical skill module. So with respect to Python, I think you will have level 1 module and level 2 as well. So for example, students who are going to take level 1 right here, 2023, and in 2024, you don't have those practical skill module. The beginning and the advanced one, both are going to be there in level 2. That is because of the transition the institute is making that available. And you can do both. You have the choice to do multiple modules if you wish. You have to at least complete one practical skill module, but you can of course do more than one. So that is not that big a consideration. My exam by 3 months, in 3 months I can learn much more because practical skill module is just 10 to 15 hours, right? So deferring 3 months according to me does not make sense in either of the scenarios, only except for the students who are in second year right now or will be going to second year and taking the exam during second year. For those students, if you want to defer, I'm still okay, but otherwise my advice is not to defer. Rest also according to your syllabus level of completion, or you can take a call, but I still would not recommend as such, right?